Alright, in this video we are going to see how to create this front page using WP Bakery plugin, or you can also call it as Visual Composer. So let me show you what are the things included. So I will show you how to add the transparent nav bar. So you can see we have added a transparent nav bar over here, and then we have two grids, and we have made this section using WP Bakery and this grid type image, and then we are going to see how to align icons, again the text, and this is going to be the section. Also you will see how to add negative margin to achieve this kind of effect. Fine. Now if you are wondering where to get these assets, we have already created a tutorial based on this template, so you will get all the assets in this link. So if you want to learn how to use Figma just by drag and drop to create the UI and UX for this particular page, you can visit this tutorial. I'll leave this link in the description. And as I said, the assets, all the required images can be found in this link. Now coming to our WordPress, I'm using the WordPress theme called Transparent, and I'm using the plugin WP Bakery. And just to get this kind of navigation bar, I'm using the Elementor plugin for header and footer. So that's the secondary concept which we have already completed in the previous video. We are going to focus more on how to create the front page using WP Bakery. Let's start by creating a new page. Since we have already have a page called home, we are going to name this page as home, or you can say index. Click on publish, and then we are going to use the WP Bakery page builder. Click on it. We are going to use the backend. Let's get into the URL, and here you go. This is how it looks. So for the very first thing, let me open the page for us, so that I have made the home page as a index page. So if I redirect to the index page, it will directly get me to the home page. So the created page index is available on the nav bar as well. Fine, let's start by creating the banner section. So add element. So here we need row. So we are going to edit the row. To edit the row, just click on the edit, and I want the image. I'm selecting this. Now we need to make this width. We need to make the row height as full. So I'm making this full height. Click on save just to see how does it looks. And we need to make one more change. We don't need this sidebar. So for that, what we can do is we need to get into the page and edit page, and we need to make some settings on the sidebar. So let me do that as well. So now if you see, I don't need a sidebar, no sidebar, and I want full width container. Click update. Now let's see how does it looks. Once the page gets updated, you can see now. So let me save this and just refresh it again to see the banner as a full width. Now we got the full width. We have updated this as well. Now let's see how does this look. So if you click on preview, so let's add the content. So we need a heading. So click on the column. We need two columns, 50% each. Click update, and I want some padding at the right side. So edit the row again. So padding left and padding right, pixel each. Click save. Now I need heading, custom heading, just drag it. Now let's add the text and break tag. Let's add another text on the new line. So this will be bold. Now click save and let's add the text block. So let's give the color as white. I have made the class as a, so let's change the font family as Roboto. Now let's add the text block. Click on add text. It's a text block. Get the content and paste it. And I have added the class called text white. I'll use it. So let me show you what was the class. So text white will simply make the color white. I think we have to add this over here as well. Let me select all and paste it here. Click save changes. Now we got it. Now we need to add the button. So type button. Here we have eye-catching button. Just drag and drop it or just click on it. We want the text read more, or you can say no more. I have used the class called btnbg just to give the color, and let me make the color as black. Great. Click save. Now let's try to add the image. Here we have image called single image. Click on it. So let's select the image. So I have created a PNG. So this is going to be the full size. Click on save and let's see how does it looks. Cool. Now let's update this. So the first section is done quickly. Now let's get into the second section. So this is how the preview looks like. So now you see we want this to be at the center. So we have a setting. Let's get the column. Let's edit the row, and it should be the content portion should be at the middle. So this is the vertical align. So if you know CSS, it will be vertically aligned along the row. Now let's work on the next section. Click on this plus icon. Here we need again a row. And as we did, we are going to need the padding of 50-50 on both the sides. Now we need two column. So to get the column, here we have an option. I have mistakenly click over here, 50-50, click update, and let's edit the row again. Let me give the margin of 50 pixel from top. Now let's quickly add the image. So before adding image we need a row, and this row will have the two columns, 50-50 each, 50% each, and let's add the image. So this is going to be the first image. and let me make this as full, and let's duplicate this, and we can change the image. I'll just show you for this, and from next you just assume that two images are different images. You can do this. Now let's get into the third image. We just need to increase the height of this image, so we'll use this by giving custom CSS to it. So I have given the class called fill image. What it does is we have manually given height. Okay, it doesn't have the search functionality, so let me show you the fill image. The height of 430. Click save. Now you can see. Now let's work on this. The first we need a heading, and this heading is going to have the text called about us, and we need to have a custom class. Click update, and if I show you, the fill shine text simply has the font family, font size, margin bottom, and letter spacing and the color. Now let's add one more heading, and this is going to have the text, 2-line text. Let's add BR here, and this should be bold. Click on save, and to change the font family, and let's increase the font weight to 500, and cool, that's done. Now let's work on the text block. Click on the text block, and let's give the color class called text black, which does do nothing, just the color. And we'll add this list item again in the text block. Save. Now we have to give the custom class to it. So let me custom style to it. Let me show you what I did. We have added the font family, and just give the content a little bit of negative margin and the color. So if you want, if you need to give this class to the container, click save. And now we have some space over here. Let's see what we did. Top, right, bottom, left. Let me make this 30 just to see. Yeah, that works fine. And let's give the width of 100%. So this is getting into the CSS tutorial. You can just inspect it and check where the problem is. So we'll give the white space no wrap. We need to get the list item. Click save, and I want this to be at the center the same way. Vertical align, middle, and cool. The second portion is also done. So we need to change the font family for the about us. Let us make this Roberto or Oswald. Cool. Now let's work on the next section. Click on this plus icon. We need, or what we do is we'll just duplicate this. Click a copy of it and just drag this column on this side. So I hope by now you know how to create this. We don't need this section, instead we need this. Create a copy of this. Now just drag this and place it below. Cool. Now let's delete this and give a copy. Drag it and place it over here. Clicking a copy again, place this into this grid, click a copy again. So this is going to replace with the icon, not to worry. Fine. Now let me edit this. We have made a mistake. We need icons, not the images. Search for icon, select the icon, and give whatever color you want. I'll go with the dark one, which match whichever theme, and at the size be extra large, and let me give the ID as icon and click changes. So this all comes down to the CSS style which we have given. So I'll show you in a minute. Just change the icon whichever you like. And give the color, and just give the ID icon 2. Click save. Now let's get into the class. So you can see icon, I have just given the div display block and give the height and width. That's it. Let's edit this and make this larger. Likewise, let's create a duplicate of this, and we have to give different ID. And let's create a copy of this, and we need to give different ID, or else you'll see this is how it looks. Click save. Now let's see what mistake we did. Icon 3, icon 2, its ID. So you can change this. I'm leaving it to you. And also you can give your color. Background hash. Click save, and you can see you can change the color. If you want this CSS style, you can pause this screen and copy it on your machine. Fine. Update this. Now let's work on this section. Again, we need a row, and this row should have a text block. Create a row, and the text block, and we need the text, and this color is black, or let's add a heading instead of text block. That will make sense. Give the text, text align center, auto or as well, whichever is convenient for you, bolder, and I want to give the custom class. So what it will do is it will give the padding left and padding right. So if you want some space, you can give margin top of, or you can say padding of 50 pixel from top. Click update. Now let's work on the grid. So let's create a row again, and this row will be divided into 3 sections. Update. And now, as we did earlier, we want the row to have the padding left and padding right. Click save. Now we just need to add a simple image. Let's select that image. Where is that? This guy. Select set image and make this height full, or you can say size full, and we don't want to change anything. Now let's add the text block. And we want it to be at the center. Select all, text align center, click save, and we need a button. Add a button. Click on this button, and you can design the button whichever you like. I want it to be outline, and it to be, let's see how does this look. I think we have to change the color. Let me make this black. Let's make this rounded, and let it be smaller, the size. And if we want this to be at the center, cool. Let's change the text to read more. Click save. If you want, you can give negative margin as well, -30. -20 is okay. Cool. Now just duplicate this guy and drag it over this above the text block, and let's edit this. and we want it to be classic. Let it be rounded and let the color be something like classic gray. Click save change, and let's give the negative margin a bit more. $75. Just type the text whichever you want. Let's make this size medium or normal. Click save. Now we just have to duplicate this. Just click duplicate or copy. Just drag this guy over here. Again duplicate this. I think we have made a mistake. We should clone this single image itself. Just drag this guy over here. I think I have to pause this and do this. Now you might have understood how to clone it. So I have copied it. Now this is how the website looks like for now. Now it's very simple. Create a row. Just drag this about guy, make a copy of it, and just drag this over here, and I want to make this as the center. Edit the heading, center. Let's drag this. And give the text whichever you like. Click save. Let's edit this and give margin 50, and let's give this negative margin. That's fine. Now we just need a grid. Select row, and we need 3 columns. Select the column, it's very easy. Just make a duplicate of this, just drag this over here, the same way. Create a copy 2 times and paste it on the next rows, next to columns, or just drag this again, just drag this. And now what we are going to do is let me place it properly. It is not allowing me. Let's just drag, and yeah, just select the group and just copy of it. Cool. Now select the group, edit the group, and let's give the padding left and right 50 pixel each. The same way we should have done earlier. We can do it again, not an issue. Cool. Now it's just a call to action section. Select a row and give the background whichever you like. So we need to edit the row to change the background. On the design option, select the background. We need to add headings, and to make this look good, now you can see the height is very less, so we need to give CSS, custom CSS to it. So I'm going to give the class which will add a minimum height 300 pixel. Now let's add the heading. So why don't we copy paste it? Just get the copy of heading, just drag this over here, and let's give the color text white, which we have already done it earlier. Click save. Now let's see why the minimum height is not applied. Let's select the CSS. It's an ID, not a class. Now you get the height. So if you want, you can make this as the center, as we already did this earlier. Content position middle, and we need a text block. Select the text block. Align it center. Select all, align center. Now what we can do is text white. We can give text color white. Let's see how does it looks. Let's see. Yeah, it is there. There is problem with the heading. Let's say text block. We need the background as nothing. The text block is not showing up. Let me see why. It is there, but we cannot see it over here. Let's give text white and check. And we need to give custom class again, or what we can do is we'll give padding this time, 150 on both the sides. there seems to be more gap. Let's see what is causing that gap. Let's give negative margin. Yeah, that works fine. Click update and let's check the final output. Fine, this is what we expected. You can see the banner section, the grid section, icon section, or you can see the block section and the gallery section, and finally the call to action button, or you can call to action section. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening.